Hello there guys, welcome back to Blues Fans TV for yet another Premier League match preview of mine as Chelsea are to take on Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge tomorrow at lunchtime, with the kickoff being at 12:30 PM UK time, and I'm looking forward to it. It's another huge game. It's a really big game for us. It's an absolute must-win game. We cannot afford to go into this upcoming international break dropping points again. Nothing but a win is good enough tomorrow, ideally with a good performance, but the 3 points are much more important than any performance, in all honesty. It's as simple as that. 3 points is what matters. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to Blues Fans TV. That would be massively appreciated. And of course, drop a like on this video if you do enjoy our content, if you're excited for the game tomorrow, and if you just want to, I don't know, make me happy. It helps us push these videos out to more people, so please drop a like. That'd be massively appreciated. Before getting into the rest of the video, let me just quickly mention to you guys, if you want to pre-order Football Manager 21, do so with the link that is down in the description. Get it early pretty much just for being a Chelsea fan and get 10% off for using the code BluesFansTV. And also, if you want to order the new Chelsea kit, any of the new Chelsea kits, make sure you use the other link in the description below. It helps us out a lot and it gets you the best deal possible. But enough waffle, let's get into the game. And like I said, it's another game, it's another big game, it's another tough game. And to start speaking about it, I'll quickly round up what Frank Lampard said in his press conference earlier today. Now, firstly, he didn't want to entertain any speculative talks about players going out, whether that's on loan or on a permanent deal, as there is reports about Antonio Rudiger, Fikayo Tomori, Loftus-Cheek, and even Hudson-Odoi possibly leaving either on loan or permanently. Rudiger is linked to Tottenham, Tomori is linked to Everton if Rudiger stays, Loftus-Cheek is linked to a possible loan move to West Ham, possibly involving a deal with Declan Rice, and Hudson-Odoi is again being talked about possibly going to Bayern Munich, this time on loan. Not going to happen. Trust me, guys, Hudson-Odoi is staying at Chelsea. Otherwise, Frank Lampard on Team News has confirmed that Christian Pulisic is finally back in the squad tomorrow. But he's not fit enough to start. So he will be on the bench and hopefully come from the bench, come on. But he's not fit enough to start. Hakim Ziyech, on the other hand, who surprisingly to most was called up by the Moroccan national team yesterday, according to the boss, is actually not quite ready to be involved yet, but will be soon. I'm just asking myself, why on earth did the Moroccan national team call him up then? I do not understand. And then lastly, some positive news as well. Billy Gilmore, Frank Lampard said, is progressing well after his meniscus injury towards the end of last season. And Lampard said that he'll be fit in about 4 weeks' time, or we're hoping that he'll be fit in about 4 weeks' time. Disregarding any possible hiccups that, of course, still could happen. But as that was really it, or that was really all that's worth mentioning from the press conference, other than the boss kind of confirming the story about absolutely ripping into Marcos Alonso with how he worded it while officially denying it, let's get into the team I myself would field and then my predicted 11 for tomorrow's game. Like I said a couple of times already, Lampard absolutely has to start building a core to this team. He has to start building a core into this team. Players that play with each other pretty much week in, week out when they're fit. And that starts with the goalkeeper. We can't keep rotating the goalkeeper. So, Edouard Mendy, the new goalkeeper, starts in goal. He absolutely has to. There's no two questions about it. And the two centre-backs, in my opinion, should be Thiago Silva on the left and Kurt Zuma on the right. Still this way around, because I personally believe Thiago Silva has a better left foot and should therefore be more comfortable on the left, because if there is one criticism I have of Kurt Zuma, it's his passing, and he's always forced to go on his left, his weaker left, when he's playing left centre-back. So I think he would actually be better for us if he's playing right centre-back, and I think Thiago Silva would be more comfortable on either side. Coming to the fullbacks, Reece James and Ben Chilwell should be those two. Chilwell now has to be fit to play the full 90. There's no more fuffing about. He said in his own press conference a couple of days ago that he feels absolutely fine, that he trained completely normally after playing the 65 minutes against Spurs. So he should be fine. He has to start again, no fuffing about. I would then again go for 4-2-3-1, formation, simply to play Kai Havertz in his best position, which is the number 10 position. But that means I need to pick a double pivot when I know none of our options actually create that good of a partnership. It's as simple as that. I keep saying the same thing. I don't care if Lampard thinks Kante should be allowed to push higher up the pitch. Don't know why I can't talk. If Kante is playing alongside Kovacic, tell Kante to sit and we're going to be fine. End of story, Frank. Don't allow him to push up the pitch. It's unacceptable. And if you're going to, start Jorginho next to him. We don't have another option. We need someone to sit, almost regardless of who we play against. But against Crystal Palace, we definitely do. But this is my team. And in my team, I would tell N'Golo Kante to sit. And if, I do tell him that, then it's him, so N'Golo Kante, and Mateo Kovacic as my double pivot. As mentioned already, Kai Havertz would be in my number 10 role. And then on the right, even if I think Mount actually needs to be rested, he kind of has to start. After Barkley joined Aston Villa on loan, Ruben Loftus-Cheek doesn't seem to be involved at the moment. I personally think until he's loaned out, which he might be to West Ham, like I said, whether he even will be, we have to wait and see. But until he is, he should at least make the bench. Maybe he will tomorrow, but you know, at the end of the day, that still means Mason Mount has to start because we don't have anyone else on the wing. But Pulisic isn't fit to start, and Ziyech isn't fit at all. Because I don't personally want to waste Timo Werner on the wing again. So, you know, if I don't want to do that, I have to start Mason Mount on the wing. So Mount on the right wing, then Hudson-Odoi on his much stronger left side. I believe a lot in Hudson-Odoi if he starts on the left. And then I'd have Timo Werner up top. I think we've tried it in enough games now. Timo on the wing. Didn't work. Play him up top. He's much better there. Let him do his thing and hopefully get his first Premier League goal or goals tomorrow as well. And then after an hour or 70 minutes or so, you take Mount off and bring Pulisic on, Frank. Do you hear me? You take Mount off and you bring Pulisic on. Nothing else is acceptable. Mount does not play another 90 minutes for the sake of him and for the sake of everyone. Mount can't play another 90 minutes. He already played 5 90 minutes in a row. Give him at least a little bit of a rest. I know you probably have to start him, but don't play him in 90 minutes. Please, Frank. I'm begging you, please. But that is my team, as you can see, of course, on this side of the screen. And now coming to my predicted 11. And I don't agree with all of it that I'm going to predict, but I still think this is what Frank is going to do. Same as myself in a 4-2-3-1 formation and nearly the same back five, bar one change. Still, Edouard Mendy in goal. Thiago Silva as the left centre-back. But rather than Kurt Zouma, I think Frank will pick Andreas Christensen as the right centre-back, who has done well this season. I just personally prefer Zouma, especially in the combination with Thiago Silva, just because Thiago Silva is kind of a small guy. He's barely, just about 6 foot. And then I want a proper physical and tall, strong centre-back next to him. And Christensen just isn't that. The two fullbacks, I think, will be the same in Reece James and Ben Chilwell. The double pivot will, in my opinion, be the same with Kante and Mateo Kovacic. And then coming to the front four, I'll have still Kai Havertz as the number 10 in Frank's team. Mason Mount on the right wing still. But I think Frank Lampard will keep Timo Werner on the wing and start Tammy Abraham up front again. I just think Lampard is much more likely to drop Hudson-Odoi and play Werner on the wing again. They're doing what I would suggest, even if I personally think my option would work much better. But at the end of the day, Frank is in charge, not me. And whatever he ends up picking, I just hope it works and gets us to win. At the end of the day, that's what matters most. What matters most isn't me getting my prediction right or my wishful team starting. What matters is that we get the 3 points. That's what matters tomorrow. There is a few different things I'm going to say for the game today than I usually do. And one of them is we need to show more character. And we need to show more character immediately. And by immediately, I mean straight away when we are put under pressure from the opponent. Not only in the second half like we did against West Brom. Straight away from going 1-0 down, we should have showed that character. And not even gotten to the point of going 3-0 down. And against Spurs, the character was there in the first half with the press and the fight. But when we came under pressure in the second half, that was nothing. We pretty much collapsed in our second half and gifted them the equaliser late on after not killing the game off beforehand. And that to me is part of showing character. You need to know in the right moment when to pass, when to go yourself, when to lay it off. You need to know. We need to get those things right, and that's part of showing character and part of getting that winning mentality back within Chelsea, because at the moment, in my opinion, it's not there when it really, really needs to be, and that just needs to change. And also what needs to change is the movement within the front four if we play a 4-2-3-1. It needs to change drastically, because only then can our forward passing become quicker, and only then will we create more clear-cut chances. And, you know, we need to create more clear-cut chances. We need to be good, because Crystal Palace are a good team. A team that's regularly underestimated by a lot of people. Mind you, they only just beat Manchester United at Old Trafford and were arguably the better team in that. Didn't just about beat them by parking the bus and hitting on the brake. They were arguably the better team. Yes, they had less possession and defended, but still, it wasn't a complete parking the bus, you know, game. It really wasn't. And I mean, they are ahead of us in the table on 6 points from 3 games, beating Southampton on the opening day 1-0, and then the mentioned win over Manchester United before then losing to Everton last week due to, in my opinion, a very harsh penalty given against them. Even with this new handball rule, in my opinion, I still don't understand how that one was a penalty. Personally, I disagree with that, but the rule has been changed again anyway, so let's see how it goes this weekend, I guess. Roy Hodgson, the manager, sets them up really well. He's a good manager, even if he's 72 years of age. They know how to defend. They know how to hit on the break. And when you let them, they also know how to play football while having the players to do so. With the likes of Wilfried Zaha, Andros Townsend, Jordan Ayew, and a couple of others as well. Even though they have a fair few injuries at the moment. In Gary Cahill, of course, picked up that injury against us late last season. Jeffrey Schlupp, Patrick Van Aanholt, Scott Dan, and James Tompkins, especially in defence. There's a lot of players missing. Even though a lot of them are close to returning, they will not be involved against us tomorrow unless Roy Hodgson was, you know, lying basically, and some of them will be involved, but that's what he said. But they'll make it tough for us regardless. Whether they have injuries or not, they'll make it tough for us regardless. Believe me. But even still, I will keep showing faith in this squad. I will. And I will keep showing faith in this team that is Chelsea. You know, we have to be. I believe that there is positive times to come. I believe that those positive times will ideally start tomorrow. I believe that we will get the win. And I think we'll get the 3 points. And we just have to. Like I said in the beginning already, we just have to get the win. There's no two questions about it. And I think we'll win 2-1. Maybe 3-1, because sometimes we get into a bit of a flow once we score 2. Then it's just a case of taking the chances. Because we sometimes score 2 and then have chances to score 3, 4, 5, but then don't take those for whatever reasons. So let's see what happens. I'm still going for a win, like I said. But to be honest, that has really been it from me. Just lastly, let me remind you again, if you do want to order Football Manager 21, if you do want to pre-order it, do so with the link down in the description. Get it early and get an extra 10% off if you use the code BluesFansTV. And again, like I said, if you want to buy any Chelsea gear, including the Chelsea kit, make sure you use the other link in the description below. It helps us out a lot. It gets you the best deal possible and everyone is happy. But yeah, that has been it from me, guys. I really do appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in. Like I said already, make sure you subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't just yet. Help us reach 200,000 subscribers along the way. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it and if you're excited for the game. And of course, leave me your thoughts ahead of the game down in the comment section below. Your predicted lineup, your score prediction, all of it. Let me know. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea, and I'll see you when I see you.